So, long story short, I'm depressed again. And it's always going to be again because it's going to happen again and again for the rest of my life. But I'm depressed. I'm in a little depressive state. And I kind of just want to talk about it because every now and then I do these videos where I talk about what's going on when I actually am having symptoms of my disorder, which is schizoaffective disorder, which is like having part of schizophrenia and bipolar disorder at the same time. But part of that's depression. And I kind of want to keep showing the world the the bad sides of the condition too. So that's where this video comes into play. So basically, this episode, the thing is about depression with me specifically, and I don't know if this is for anyone else. If any of you go through this, please let me know. But for me, depression is always this time where I end up rethinking basically my entire life, just rethink all of it. And I think part of that comes from the fact that when I'm depressed, I'm too tired to do anything. So all I can do is think. So I do a lot of thinking, and of course it's got darkness to it and everything, like, because my brain's like obviously depressed, so everything's gonna have more of a negative tone to it, but it really puts things into perspective, and normally I realize stuff, and that's like the one upside of it, is that at the end of the depressive episode, I'm like, oh hey, I understand this aspect of my life a little bit better. And this time around, it has already, because I'm still in it, as you can see. I'm filming during the daylight. I haven't done that in a very long time. And no makeup, my hair is whatever. I'm in my pajamas. But, yeah, so this episode is unlike every other episode because they're all unique. But this one is one I'm going to remember for a while because it taught me something very predictable about my episodes. And that's what I want to share today. And so, last week, I was in therapy. And I go to therapy a lot because that's how I treat my disorder. And my therapist and we uncovered this minefield of crap. And it's stuff I have to deal with sooner rather than later. And it's not going to be fun. Actually, it's going to suck a lot. I'm actually kind of scared, honestly. But I'm going to be okay. It'll be fine. Don't worry about me. But it was a lot, and it was a lot of stress. And the thing is, when I'm stressed, I hallucinate, for one. And if it's sustained stress, that runs the risk of triggering a mood episode. And with my disorder, the psychotic side and the bipolar side, they sometimes work together, but they sometimes work independently. So like in the short term, I might hear voices more if I'm like stressed at work. But if that stress is sustained, I might get triggered into a mood episode. And sometimes it's psychosis and mood at the same time, and those are the worst. But this one around was a mood episode. And so this stress happened, and I was stressed for a couple days. And then I suddenly was like, wait, no, I totally got this. I totally can handle this. And I had all this pent up energy. I was still a little bit, going through little crying spells because therapy really messed me up. But I was like, oh, actually, I think I'm going to channel all of this energy into creative things. And so I grabbed my camera gear and some outfits and my iPad and everything, and I went to the beach to basically just do a content creation weekend. And I shot content the entire weekend. I had a great time. I was like, I totally got this. I can totally handle what's going on. I am channeling it into creative pursuits, which is a good thing, right? And I was working through stuff. I thought I was coping well. And then I come back from the beach, and suddenly work is hard, getting out of bed is hard, eating is hard, making food is hard to eat. And I can't have the energy to edit anything I shot. And it just feels like every single aspect of my life, just to do anything, is like pulling teeth. And I originally thought, oh, I went so hard over the weekend that I burned myself out. But the thing is, in the past, when I've been burned out, that doesn't mean, like, it just means, oh, I can't do the one thing that burned me out. I can still do other things, like play video games, for example. And so I tried to play video games, but I couldn't do that either. I tried to do a bunch of stuff. I tried to watch YouTube videos that were good. I tried to watch anime, and everything was just so difficult. And it hit me probably a day and a half into that I realized it wasn't being burned out. I was depressed, which meant that over the weekend when I was having all the fun shooting content and being creative was actually hypomania, not me coping well. And that realization that when I hit depression and I realize I'm depressed, which means I realize that I was manic or hypomanic, it's one of the worst feelings that I've ever experienced. And I've experienced it every single time I've had this type of episode where I think I'm doing okay and then I get depressed. But every single time it's like this awful, wrenching feeling of like, oh, it was all a lie. It was all in your head. It was all fake. And it hurts. It really hurts. And I say a lot on this channel that it's okay to not know if things are real or not. And I mainly say that in terms of psychosis, not necessarily mood symptoms, but moods lie to you too when you struggle with bipolar stuff. And I wish it wasn't that way. I really do. But this episode, this little mini episode I'm having, that I'm still very much in. I don't know, because part of me goes, okay, bad thing happens. I get in a good mood and do a bunch of stuff, then I get depressed. And it almost has me thinking that I need to be wary of good moods after bad news and after bad things happen. Because for me, the mania, or the manic, I should say, can be hypomania too, but the manic time comes before the depressed time in all of my episodes for the most part. But I don't know, it just makes me feel, I don't want to be scared of happiness. That's the wrong way to put it. But so often my moods, because for me, bipolar symptoms are like living in extremes, yes, but also everything in between. Like the entire spectrum of emotion is present when someone has bipolar symptoms. And because of that, almost anything I feel could be due to a chemical imbalance, not actually situational or anything. So there's a part of me that, like, there's a part of me that finds it so difficult to think that happiness could be fake when so easily I know, oh, sadness is fake, depression is fake. I'm so quick to dismiss that. Like, maybe dismiss is the wrong word, but I'm so quick to say, oh yeah, it's totally fake when I'm depressed. But when I'm manic, no, I'm really in a good mood. It's not mania. I mean, I asked my best friend once, I'm like, is there anything that I do that lets you know I'm manic? And she told me, she's like, Kit, you always say I'm not manic, but, and I thought about it and she was right. But anyway, that's beyond the point. So this episode taught me that, still teaching me, that I think it's not necessarily that I need to be afraid of happiness in general, no. But I need to be afraid of suddenly good moods after bad events. Because that could mean that I'm headed into a mood episode. And yeah, that's really the kicker. So, yeah, Depressed Kit, back on YouTube. Here I am in all of my depressedness. I mean, I guess I could say my plan for the next few days, because I don't think it'll last like longer than a few days, because the hypomanic phase was maybe like 48 hours, not really that much at all. And I've been depressed now for about 2 days, maybe like 2.5 if we count like half depressed a few days ago. I don't know. So it's been a couple days. It's like a couple anyway, whatever. I don't really keep track of everything too much, but it'll probably be another few days of this, probably through the weekend. And I'm just gonna take care of myself. I'm going to sit on my bed and try to watch comfort shows on Netflix, comfort animes, comfort YouTube channels, go to bed early, and then tomorrow, which is the weekend, I'm just gonna sleep in and not worry about it, just because I can let myself sleep in. So just letting myself, indulge a little bit in that not get out of bed nature just a little bit. Have comfort food, things that are good. I have some frozen stuff that I prepare in advance for this kind of thing, so I'm just gonna thaw that and make that. It's really not that difficult to cope with depression. But I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be fine. And hopefully I'll be back to my usual self by the next time I post a long form video. I should be. But yeah, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see another video of me depressed, here's one over here. Other than that, thanks so much for watching. Subscribe, and yeah, have a good day.